Hey guys, what's up? NRA Man Forever here. I just wanted to share with y'all a little story about a country. In 1919, World War I, known by those who fought it as the war to end all wars. Unfortunately, we know that's not true. Other wars did happen after that, but it was a war that was so great in magnitude that it impressed a seriousness in the veterans that had served in it, a willingness that no conflict ever again would ever be fought, especially at such a grand level. The Treaty of Versailles had just been signed in Paris. The world was celebrating. The war was over. The sons, the husbands, the fathers, the brothers of dozens of nations, millions of military men were coming home. Millions of others were not. One country in particular took the loss rather hard, not just in its national pride, but also economically. The country was in ruins. Nobody felt proud to be from this country. Its military stripped, a laughingstock of the world. Then along came a candidate. He was a World War I veteran of this country. He served in this country's army. He was a consummate public speaker who could dazzle crowds and knew the right inflection, the perfect tone, how long to hold a pause to emphasize the effect he wanted and get the reaction he wanted from a crowd. You could say he was the Abraham Lincoln of his day, of sorts. He was an accomplished novelist. His most popular literary work is still published and read in large numbers today by academics, historians, scholars, average people of all walks of life. He ran for office. He was elected president. Under him and his policies and his ideology, he and his political party and political allies were able to rekindle a national pride that this nation had not known for quite a few years. They were able to boost a stagnant economy and provide millions of jobs to millions of out-of-work countrymen. They were able to reclaim a position of military might that they had lost in their defeat in World War I. After he secured the presidency, he slowly started to betray the trust of the people who had put him in office. He started to disarm the citizens because he knew, just as they knew, and his political allies knew, that a disarmed populace couldn't fight back. He exposed the public to a copious amount and unending amount of propaganda in the form of radio programs, flyers, indoctrination in schools. Dissidents of this man and his political affiliates were, over time, arrested. They were rounded up. They were sent off to work camps, prison camps. And once the home front was secured and his policies had taken root, and there was no one left to publicly bash them, he started an ethnic repression, a genocide on a massive scale. To further spread the suffering and the inhumanity, he ordered his military to launch a major offensive, and within weeks controlled a very large portion of the world and endured those people in those enslaved countries to the same racial discrimination and ethnic cleansing. It doesn't take a genius to figure out what country it is I'm talking about, what time frame I'm talking about, and what political leader it is I'm talking about. I'm talking about Adolf Hitler, and I'm talking about Nazi Germany from 1919 all the way up till 1941. People say that our Constitution protects us. It does. But the most important part of our Constitution is not outlining what powers are enumerated to the federal government. It is not the Fourth Amendment. It is not even the First Amendment of the Bill of Rights to the Constitution. It is the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment protects the right that every tyrannical dictatorship goes after when they make the transition from democracy to despotism. It never fails, people. Every time a tyrannical regime is put into place, assumes power by any means, the first thing they do is go to disarm the citizenry. The Founding Fathers understood that principle. They knew it. They'd been fighting it. And they won. They had put in place 27 words in one sentence in a powerful document that forever bound Americans with the right to keep and bear firearms, with no limitations. Today, there are people of various political affiliations, various social backgrounds, and various income levels that would like to see a disarmed America. There are people that do not understand that the guns they seek to ban are already banned. And their follow-on solutions are guns that do not contribute in a large way or any significant measurable way to violent crime. They are the same people that would like to see restrictions put in place that will do nothing but deter the citizenry from exercising their Second Amendment rights to keep and bear firearms. The point is simple. Frighteningly simple. Adolf Hitler was democratically elected. Now, there are those that are going to say, well, that was Adolf Hitler and the extermination of the Jews, and this is completely different. We're passing gun control to save lives, not take them. The only thing that gun control is going to do is render the law-abiding defenseless to the criminals, further making them further dependent on the government. It will further increase the amount of money that the government has to spend on our protection. The argument that guns make us less safe has been settled. And if you don't believe me, watch Schneider's List. More guns in and of itself does not mean more safety. However, more guns in the hands of the law-abiding, of the responsible, the safe, the patriotic, that does translate to more safety. Because the criminals, you can pass all the laws they want to. Laws against rape, laws against murder, laws against driving without a license, laws against the importation and manufacture and consumption of illegal narcotics. How well have those worked? United we stand, divided we fall.